Hey yo, what is good YouTube? It's your boy Mason. I'm back with another haircut tutorial. So today, this is a really up-to-date haircut tutorial on a haircut that a lot of people wear. So this is an undercut and it's a real tight fade, like a really tight and short blend, and it's on a braid style. So right now, as you can see, I set up my first guideline. I set it with the Babeless Gold Effects clippers, and as you can see, I did my first ball line, and then I went in with my one guard fully open, went a complete inch, and now I'm just taking out that guideline. I'm sorry that I couldn't get the first part of the haircut. I forgot to ask to record, so I asked him to record. He was cool with it, so I just started recording after that. So right now, as you can see, I'm taking out that first guideline that I put in. I'm going, if I go in fully with my lever fully open, I go halfway and then I go fully closed, and then I just do a lot of lever play to take away all the little lines that I see, and just make sure that that line is completely faded out. So this haircut tutorial is going to be a really quick, straight to the point haircut. So this is one that you may get, and you can knock this haircut out in about 30 minutes. You know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Like, it's a real, like, you can do this haircut really quick. So 30 minutes mainly. And so as you can see right now, I'm coming in with my number one guard fully open, and I'm going up to the top of the braid. So I mean, no, not to the top of the braid. So where the short hair meets the long hair. So where the hair is separated, I'm just going up completely and just cutting the hair fully even to that number one open. And this is just my steps. This is just how I'm going to go with it. Even though it is a short blend, I'm just following all the steps, but I'm just making them a little shorter. The only guideline that I have that's the same length as any other regular fade is the number one fully open. So, I mean, just my number one blade, you know, my clippers open, lever open. But as you can see, I started, now I'm coming in with my lever fully closed, and I'm going attacking that line underneath it. So with a fade like this, you want to make sure that you are setting guidelines and you're sticking to your guidelines, because if you get lost, it will look like you just cut the hair completely even with no fade, because now you just cutting hair, you're not sticking to your guidelines. So you want to make sure you stick to your guidelines and attack this haircut with full confidence, knowing that you can do it, and just follow your steps, especially with a haircut like that. Just follow your steps. And so right now I'm coming in with my 1/16 guard, which is the 0 guard, but Wall calls it 1/16, and I'm coming in halfway and then I go fully closed. So as you can see, I'm using a lot of clipper over comb techniques, taking away a lot of bulk that I see in the haircut. And I'm using my corners mainly, and as you can see, the blend is already there. The only thing I have to do later after this is just detail it and make sure that it's fully blended. So this is low-key a tough haircut, because the blend is so short and it has to be like correct. But it is one of my fun haircuts to do. I do enjoy doing this haircut because it's a challenge every time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make a short blend. I'm usually a guy that likes to stress my blends out. I don't really like to do tight blends, but this is kind of putting me on my comfort zone and just making me do something that I really don't want to do, but it's making me better as a barber. And so right now, as you can see, when I fade, I comb out, making sure that all the hair is laying back down to the way the hair is going to be when he normally wears it. So me personally, I like a comb better than a brush. I don't think that a brush is 100% sanitary, and then a brush doesn't pull the hair as much as a comb does, and then you're losing clip over comb. So I like to use clip over comb throughout the whole haircut, so I'd rather just use a comb. And now I'm coming in with my Andis Masters fully open, and you know this is the same thing. The length of the blade on the Andis Masters is it's like over a number one. So I'm just using that, and I'm just really picking at the hair and detailing. Like, the fade is there. You can see the fade is blended very well. And so, you know, that's it. When I pull these masters out, you should know that your haircut about to be over with. It don't really take that long after I pull out the masters. I'm just trying to get out that bottom line completely, making sure that everything is clean and making sure everything is straight. And shout out to my man Braids, man. Every time he comes in with the braids done, it's always a fresh, nice style, man. And so right now I'm coming in with my 1/16 guard. I'm going with the grain just to take down the bulk of hair around the edges, you know what I'm saying, just around the corners of his hairline. And me personally, I like the hairline to be dark, so I don't like to take it down too much. I want it to be, I don't want it to the point where the hair is curling up. I just want it right underneath that, because I like a full hairline. So right now I'm coming in with my Andis T outliners, and I'm just attacking that lineup. Just start in the middle, working to my right hand side, which is your left, which is the client's left side, and that's just the side I like to work on, like, you know, start out on. And I'm putting in that C cup, just starting, being light. I'm being really light. I don't wanna be too defined, because my Andis T outliners, they're not the sharpest clippers that I have, but they do cut the hair best. So let me say that again. They're not the sharpest clippers that I have, but they cut hair the best. I'm saying, like, they will always cut the hair if I put the clipper in front of it. But sometimes it's not the sharpest, and you don't want your sharpest clipper to be handling all that bulk of hair, because the sharpest ones are meant for the bulk, like cut it down a lot of hair. Like, you don't want to start a lineup with, me personally, I don't like to start a lineup with my wall detailers, because they're sharp. And sometimes if you got to keep going over the line, the clipper is not going to perform over time, and then your client's skin is going to get irritated. So as you can see, I had to come in with one of my sharper clippers, which is the Braids trimmer, and just come in and just start shaping them up. And so for this haircut, we're not doing the beard lineup, but there's one thing you want to make sure you always do is just fade in that line, the beard to the haircut, even if they're not getting the beard lineup, because it's just, you don't want somebody, you know what I'm saying, like when you could tell, say like when a guy that's bald, somebody that doesn't have hair on the top of their head and they have a beard, you could tell if they're doing it at home if their beard is not connected to the, you know what I'm saying, to their bald head, like it's not faded out. But you want to make sure that you fade it out, because it just gives it a better look, a better finish. And when they go home and they do their own trimming and stuff like that, and their own, you know what I'm saying, making sure they're good, it's going to be easier for them, because all they have to do is just shape it up instead of trying to fade it out, because they're not barbers, they don't understand the system. So, you know, it's better for us to do it. And make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video if you enjoyed it. If you learned anything new, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I put out content, man. I just want to make sure, like, I can just help somebody else and teach them how to cut hair. That's it. Become a better barber if you already cutting hair, or just if you like watching haircuts, it's perfect for you. I have a lot of videos, man, so make sure y'all check them out. And as you can see, I'm using my wall detailers, and I'm just coming back in and I'm detailing, man, just going back at it. That's what you want to make sure you do, especially after you put that line up in. But yeah, the YouTube, this is the haircut. If you liked it, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. This is an easy 30-minute haircut, and you're gonna do it every day in the barbershop. I'm gonna talk to y'all. Peace.